What's up, y'all? Let's do this.
Oh, hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, I want to talk about the level of trolling that Delaware County Republican did, and boy, he took the left self-identification to task, and boy, the left is upset about it, and I want to talk about that and many more, guys. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, guys, seriously, guys, can you all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Locals, guys. If you guys want to support and sponsor this podcast show, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, guys, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review, good, bad, and the ugly. And also, guys, I do have affiliate links, including Audible, which is this podcast show is hosted on. So if you guys want to support me through Audible, you guys can subscribe through the link below. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, please feel free to share this across all the social media platforms that are out there today. Woo! Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's Monday, guys. You know, it's another week. And, yeah, I'm diapered up as always, so you know me, guys. I always diaper up when I'm podcasting with y'all, so y'all know the routine and y'all know why I wear diapers. So anyway, before we get this show on the road, I just want to say something like this, man. I got some good news on the job front. I got a job offer from a company which I immediately accepted because I toured the place, I interviewed the place, and basically they loved me so much that they offered me a job. So probably around tomorrow I will have the paperwork at hand, and then from there I will start the process, and I won't start work until the week after my birthday. And by the way, this is May 1st, guys, so my birthday is coming up in about 16 days, and I say goodbye to 46 years old, and then I say hello to 47 years old. Wow. Yep. But then again, I don't even look my age at all. I don't even look at my age at all, guys. All right? So anyway, let's get on with the show today, okay, guys? I want to talk about these three articles that come from the Daily Wire, okay? Or not the Daily Wire, I take that back. The Daily Caller, and the Star Press and the Red State. I want to, and I want to take a look at it. So I want to tell you this, man. From the headline, Councilman comes out as a transgender, transracial, in apparent mockery of the left. Okay, from the Daily Caller article in the headline, from the first two paragraphs, a Republican Indiana councilman came out as a transgender and transracial in what seems to be mockery of the left. The Delaware County Councilman Ryan Webb announced mid-April that he finally felt comfortable announcing his true, authentic self. Yeah. So, which means is like this. This guy is actually trolling the left's self-identification mantra, the transgender ideology. He is trolling them. He is basically taking the tables and turning it against them. Okay? And if you ever notice on the left, you know how you can't question a person's like gender identity, which is under what? The left's new rules? Okay? So under the left's new rules, you couldn't question whether someone was like gay, straight, bi, trans, and then you had to take them at their word over what pronoun preference they had. So to me, guys, what this councilman did, and by his name, Councilman Ryan Webb of Delaware County, Indiana, he literally took the left's gender and transgender ideology, turned the tables on them, and basically made the left live up to its own rules. He literally made the left live by the same rules that they love to impose on everyone else. And this is the level of trolling I am applauding for. Because to me, if the left wants to force everybody else to live by their rules, they should be living the same rules that they're imposing on everyone else as well. And if they don't like it, you're more than free to drop it within 2 seconds. You're more than welcome to drop it in less than half a second, folks. You know, to the woke left, mentally ill left, you're more than welcome to drop the rule, because you imposed it on us, and we're gonna take it at face value, and we're gonna play it. Okay? So if you don't like it that Ryan Webb is identifying as a transracial lesbian, well, if you can't accept that, then drop the rule. Simple as that. It is simple as that there, because I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you this right now. The left, the transgender cult, the transgender terrorists, the gender cult, they all love to shove their gender, their sex, their pronouns on people. But then when we take it and turn it around and flip it on them, they cry, go, oh, not fair, not fair, not fair, not fair. And then you got this on the Star Press, and I'll read you the headline. A county council member in Maurice, Indiana, now identifies as a woman of color. Okay? So it goes like this. Delaware County Councilman or Councilwoman Ryan Webb now identifies as a woman of color. Webb's Facebook proclamation was met with criticism, and Webb said death threats. Webb, a Republican not running for re-election this year, initially announced the identity shift earlier this month on social media account. Yeah, and I'll read you per quote from his verbatim from his social media account. After much consideration, I have finally decided to come out and finally feel comfortable announcing my true, authentic self, Webb wrote. It is with great relief that I announce to everyone that I identify as a woman, and not just any woman, but a woman of color as well. I guess this would make me gay, lesbian as well, since I'm attracted to women. You see? So, at the same time, you have the transgender cult complaining that, oh, he's faking it, he's not real, he's not authentic. But then here's the question. Here's my response. What gives you the right to question his identity? I thought your rules say you can't question somebody's sexuality, gender identity, pronoun, what they call themselves, what they identify as. Wouldn't that be breaking your rules? Come on. These are your rules, left. These are your rules, transgender cult. You tell us that we can't question somebody's identity, somebody's sexual orientation. Just like Dylan Mulvaney, a man who claims to be a woman. You're telling us that we can't question it, but when one of our side takes your rules, turns the tables on you, you all of a sudden now are questioning his identity, but under your rules, you say we can't? I'm telling you this, man. I'm telling you this. The left is schizophrenic. It is. What Councilman Ryan Webb just did, guys, is that he trolled the transgender cult and the left to its logical conclusion. He trolled them. He literally pawned them. He literally made them live by the same rules that they love to impose on everyone else, including you, me, and everyone in this country. He literally took them to task. And now the left is threatening him. Now the left is like harassing, bullying, intimidating him. Even though under their rules, they say that you can't question a person's gender identity, sexual orientation, pronouns, or you can't dead name them. But when Ryan Webb, a Republican councilman, took their rules and flipped and turned it on them and did the very thing that they wanted to do to everyone in society, and now they're questioning him, but me, can't question Dylan Mulvaney's sexual orientation and his preference? I think like this. I think the left should take back that rule immediately. After what Ryan Webb just did to them, I think the left should just drop that rule in less than half a second. I think they should. Because it goes to a much larger context. It goes to the much larger context to the fact that the left is all about self-identification. The left is all about letting you self-identify whatever you feel fucking comfortable in. And you can't question it. But now when he does it, the left questions it. And they break their core tenet of their ideology. They break their core rules that they imposed on us, but they won't impose it on themselves. It's pretty much he trolled the left, and the left is having a fucking nuclear meltdown because he took them to task. He took them basically like the town. He basically cleaned them out. He basically said like this: new rules, baby. You said that. You said in your rules that you can't question a man who claims to be a woman, or a man who claims to be a baby, or a man who claims to be disabled, or be this, be that, or be anything. You tell us we can't question that. But when one of our own does the same thing, all of a sudden you question it like if it's like oh, you question his identity and all that. You threaten his identity. But when you guys do it, you get away with it. But when our side does the same rules that you impose, you have a hissy fit. I'm telling you this, left. I'm telling you this. You made the rules. Own it. You made it's like the Pottery Barn. You broke it, you own it. Own it, left. Own it, trans cult. Because I'm telling you right now, you made the rules, you imposed it on everyone else. Now that we took the rules and forcing it on you, you can't take that. You can't take it back. You can't take it back. You made it. You sleep in it. It is that simple. It is that simple because I'm telling you this right now. The thought of anyone self-identifying anything without questioning, I'm telling you, you made the rules, and now you're having a nuclear meltdown because somebody else decided to do what you do. I'm telling you, man, the left can't take things seriously. The left cannot basically play by their rules. They make the rules for everyone else, but they can't play by the same rules. They simply can't. And this is what this representative did on Red State, yeah, he took them to task. He took them to town. He cleaned him out. Okay? He basically owned them. He basically made them live by their own rules. That is one of the hallmarks of what Dan Bongino would talk about in his podcast show. Make the left live by their own rules. It's like Saul Alinsky's rules. Make your opponent live by their own rules. So here's the thing. Make the left and transgender cult live by their own rules. Make them live up to it. And if they don't, impose it on them and say, hey, you said you were okay with any man self-identifying as this, and this. But when a Republican, namely Republican Councilman Ryan Webb, does the same thing, you question it, you threaten him over it, but how come when you guys do it, we can't question it? It's that simple, left. It's either accept Ryan Webb's self-identification for what it is, or drop the whole shit in the process. The ball's in your court, left. The ball's in your court. Because to me, you guys made the rules. Now own up to it. Now, like, sleep in it. Because I'm gonna just say like this: new rules, baby, new rules. The left says we can't question anybody's like self-identification, their gender identity, their sexual orientation, or their expression. We can't question it. But when we do what they do to everyone else, we're gonna just say like this: you can't question his identity. You said we can't question yours, but you can't question his too. So it's like this. It's either rules for everyone, or you drop your rules for thee, not for me bullshit. Because that's what it boils down to, guys. That's what it boils down to. It boils down to the fact that these people want to make rules for everyone else to live by, but they themselves don't want to live by it as well, because they think that they're way above everyone else. And to me, no. That don't fucking work like that. Okay? That's not how this game is played on this third rock from the sun in the Milky Way galaxy. That's not how this game's played. It's either you play by the rules you made, or you don't play at all. Which is it, left? I'm waiting for the answer. Which is it? It's either you play the rules that you write, or don't play the rules at all. I'm waiting for a response. Okay? I'm waiting, and I'm hoping I get a response from the left. I'm hoping, right? I'm pretty much hoping. Anyway, I do want to talk about this, guys. I do want to talk about this topic, all right? I saw this on the New York Post, all right? And this has basically come back to basically haunt us and basically haunt me. Because you know why? Because I've seen it a long time ago, like 10, 20 years ago, in the early 2000s, okay? I've seen this, all right? There were stories of people who were not only identifying themselves as transgender, but also identifying themselves as disabled, okay? And a couple of these articles from the New York Post, from Gateway Pundit, and Breitbart have a central theme that you have from transgender to transabled. You have people who are taking the self-identification ideology to its logical conclusion. Okay, you have people who are self-identifying as disabled. Yeah, it is, and it's sickening to me because you have people on the left, okay, who think like this, that being able to like identify as disabled is acceptable, it's applauded, and it's like championed in the left. But the problem is, these people like basically do a disservice to actual disabled people. These people make a mockery of actual disabled people. They really do. There are people, for example, who are wheelchair confined due to trauma, medical issues, like severe disabilities, or because they're elderly. And then now you have these people, okay? Now you have these people who are able-bodied but identify as people who are disabled. And it's like, nah, man, these people are making a mockery of disabled people. These people who fake disability just to garner sympathy, just to garner like, oh, I feel sorry for you, empathy and all that shit. No, you're stealing it from actual disabled people and people who have actual medical disabilities. Okay? For example, myself, guys, I'm actually disabled myself. I'm born with sensory neural hearing loss, on top of having Kalman syndrome and on top of having like vitiligo. Okay, I have a bunch of medical issues and disabilities that would make these like transabled, these fake disabled people like run away from me, because I would literally take them to task. I would literally like own them and pawn them. I literally would. For that reason. The fact that these people pretend to be disabled just to like get sympathy or empathy from people, they just basically making a mockery out of people like me, out of disabled people, out of actual disabled people. They really are. And to me, these people who claim that they're transgender and transabled, to me, they're just mentally ill people. They're just mentally fucked up people upside the head who, to me, I look at it like this, that these people don't deserve respect. These people don't deserve ridicule. These people deserve to be bullied. These people deserve to be laughed at and run out of the country. Because the fact that these people want to claim that, oh, I'm disabled like you guys, I'm disabled like this, but then they fake it so much because they can't even fucking make it. You know, it's like I write a couple of poems about it where fakers have to work hard every day to maintain an image, whereas real people just show themselves as who they are, and they don't have to do all the hard work. Okay, that's why I tell people it's like this: as an intersex DSD person, I don't have to work hard to be an intersex DSD person. I'm born as an intersex DSD person. I'm born as a disabled person, okay? I'm born sensory neural hearing loss and deaf in one ear. I'm born with disabilities. So which means I don't have to work hard to maintain an image, a reputation, or basically a persona. I don't have to work my butt off. Whereas the transgender cult, the transgender terrorists, and the lunatic left, they have to work hard to maintain an image. That's why they work so hard to maintain an image. The minute you question them, they get into a fit. They get into a rage. They have a fucking nuclear meltdown over anyone questioning their like identity, when in reality people are just questioning their mental illness. That's why I've often said this, man. Fakers never make it. Fakers fakers have to work so hard to maintain an image that they never last in this world. They never even make it to the next day. They work so hard that they work to the point of exhaustion. Okay? They work themselves until they literally are passing out. It is. They really do. Fakers never make it. But real people like me, real disabled people like me, and real intersex people like myself, I don't have to work hard. I don't have to do so much just to be someone else. I don't have to do that. And in fact, I don't even have to work hard. I don't even have to work twice as hard to maintain something. I don't. I'm who I am. I'm born with these conditions, and I don't have to do anything. I just let being me shine. Whereas fakers, including people who fake disability, have to work so damn hard to maintain that fake disability that it's got to be exhausting for them. It's got to be like soul crushing for them. I mean, seriously, these people have to literally stress themselves out just to maintain an image that they think that, oh, they're disabled, that they're this and this and this, that they're wheelchair bound. These people work themselves to death. These people work themselves until they're probably physically, mentally, psychologically drained. Yeah. To me, guys, fakers never make it. And if you're going to fake your way through a disability, I got news for you. You're going to be exposed one way or the other. Your fake disability is going to be exposed. And when it gets exposed, people are going to look at you and they're going to be like this. You're mentally ill. You're mentally insane. You're not right in the head. You're not. So to me, I see a lot of these people who fake disabilities as people who basically didn't get enough attention in life. Didn't get enough like basically they weren't popular enough. They weren't like, oh, I'm like the most popular person. They didn't get enough of that. So they had to probably create a persona or like they're acting out something in their head that they think is real. Yeah, that's what it is. And to me, people who claim they're transabled piss off actual disabled people like myself. They really do. They piss us off in the worst way. They really do. And it's something that I look at these people with like scorn and like dirty looks, and I go like this: "You're not disabled like me." I'd tell them, "Get the fuck out." Yeah, pretty much, guys. Pretty much. Anyway, I want to talk about this before we go tonight, okay, guys? I want to say my peep about like what people in the diversity community call like at like the ethnicity of the month. So this month is basically like Asian American and Pacific Heritage Month. To me, it does nothing to me. I'll tell you why I am not a fan of the Asian American Heritage, like Asian American Pacific Heritage Month. I'm not a fan of it because the only Asians that people on the left like basically talk about, champion, support, and basically highlight are the popular Asians, like the Japanese, the Chinese, the Koreans. Okay, you hear them talk about those people, but the one group of people that you don't hear about in Asian American Heritage and or Asian American and Pacific Heritage Month is that you don't hear anything coming out of like Southeast Asian nations, like say Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Singapore, or Indonesia, Malaysia. Okay? You don't hear any of it from them. You don't. But you hear a lot of people talking about, oh, we value Asians, especially like the Chinese, the Koreans, and Japanese. But Asians like myself, who are Laotian American, you hear jack nothing. You hear nothing. You don't hear anything. You don't hear like how Laotian Americans are celebrated or highlighted in society. You don't. All you hear is basically the Japanese, the Filipinos, the Chinese, the Koreans. That's all you hear. But you don't hear anything from Southeast Asian nations like Thai, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. You don't. And even Singapore, Malaysia, or Asia, or not Malaysia, not Asia, or Indonesia. You don't. You simply don't. Because you know why? According to the left, we're not considered Asian like them. We're not. The only people who they prize on Asian American Month is mostly the Northern Asians. Southeast Asians like myself, people in this country don't know about us. People in this country don't hear about us. People don't recognize us. People don't talk about us. People don't even know we exist. Yeah. The only Asians they know exist are what? Filipino, Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. That's it. Yeah. But you don't hear anything from other Asians. You don't. So for me, I look at it like this. The Asian history, the Asian Heritage Month is not for me. Because you know why? They never mention people like me. They never mention my culture. They never mention my ethnicity. They never mention my heritage. They never. That's why I don't celebrate it. I don't talk about it. Because you know why? Only the popular Asians get to celebrate it. But you never hear anything from Thai, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. The 7 Southeast Asians. You don't hear from the 7. You only hear from the really popular ones. That's all you hear. That's all you really hear. And for me, I don't celebrate it. I have no intentions of celebrating it. And I will never celebrate it because you know why? They don't highlight people like me. They don't highlight anyone from Southeast Asian nations. They don't highlight anyone from Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore. They don't. So for us, we're the hidden Asians. We're the hidden like ignored Asians. We're like the ones that the populations don't even talk about. They keep that like hush hush dirty little secret behind the closet shit. Yeah, they do. They do. So that's why it's like this. Asian American and Pacific Heritage Month means shit. Means nothing. It does nothing for people like me. And people like me are always like the hidden Asians. The Asians that nobody thought we exist. And for that, why should I celebrate it when only the Chinese, Filipinos, Japanese, and Koreans get celebrated? But then people like from Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore get ignored. Get like basically like erased or hidden from everyone. So to me, I won't celebrate it. I won't highlight it. And I won't like endorse it. I won't. I won't because people like me are never highlighted. The only people that they will ever highlight are those who are the more popular ones. But for people like me, fat chance, you'll never see that happen. You'll never, ever see that happen in my fucking lifetime. Or basically as long as I'm still alive on this third rock from the sun in this Milky Way, you know. So you'll never see it. Yep. So for me, I look at it like this. This holiday is just a sham. It's just a sham to show off to people saying, oh, you're more popular. You're more this. Yep, that's all it is, guys. That's all it is. It's just to show off how popular they are, how like astute they are, or how like famous they are. But for hidden Asians like me, we get nothing. We get treated like shit. We get treated like crap. We get treated like fucking under the table. And that's the reality of it. Coming from someone who's Asian American and Laotian American, trust me, things I'm famous for, things I'm known for, I never get highlighted. I never get celebrated. I never get recognized. I never do. So, for me, the holiday means nothing. The holiday means very little for me. It means next to nothing. It means nothing for me. The only Asians that I hear will ever get celebrated are those from China, Japan, Philippines, and Korea. Those 4. That's it. Anything else, we're just like hidden, ignored, and erased. That's all it is, guys. That's the sad reality and the sad truth of Asian American Month. And that's why you won't see people like me celebrating it. We're just gonna ignore it, and we're just gonna say it's just another holiday for the popular Asians. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. Anyway, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta do a diaper check because I gotta make sure that my diapers are holding up, like always. But I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.